Hey GH peeps, welcome back to my channel where we talk all things General Hospital. Today's late night review is for Monday. It is Monday, guys, January the 8th, 2024. We made it. We got Monday done. It's tucked in the belt. It's no longer in front of us no more. We have officially knocked off the first work day of the week. Just give yourself a clap on the back. You did it, guys. Y'all did it. We only got the next couple of days to knock off, and then we're on to the weekend again. And yay, relaxation. And for some of us that watch football, playoff season. Anywho, well, my team got knocked out. But anyway, I'm not going to talk about that. I hope this video finds you guys well and at ease. I hope you had a good, prosperous day. And I hope you're relaxing now and you're either soaking in a nice tub or drinking some nice hot cocoa or nice warm drink of your favorite or whatever you like. Just hope this video finds you relaxing out. How was General Hospital for you guys today? Any highlight moments? Please leave them in the comment section. Any highlight moments that you had? I had several. Any feels? I had several. Any wow, that was shocking? I had one. Any DNA test that needs to go along with the individual? We all have one of those too. I don't know. There might be some Cody fans out there. I'm unfortunately not one of them. Yeah, I said fortunately. I'm not one of them. I'm tired of Cody. I want to like him, but he just, oh my gosh. It's like, you know what? I love Mac. Mac can be kind of an ass sometimes, but I love me some Mac. Mac don't deserve you. You right. You right. Mac don't deserve you. I agree. Anyway, let me see. But anyway, guys, like I said, please like and subscribe if you like the content, and welcome new subscribers. Guys, I be thinking somebody's playing with me because I be seeing my numbers go up, and I'm like, I didn't even think nobody would be interested in what little old me has to say about General Hospital. I am not like the big guys, GH, GH Sunday, GH Shift, and the JLJs and the Albert Bostics and the Brock's Entertainment, and of course Mr. Cat. I'm just a little too wary, but here I am. Subscriber count going up, and I am very appreciative and shooketh because I hope I don't let you guys down. I love talking about General Hospital. I can get a little too passionate about it. But I try to stay somewhat on the level, but I do appreciate your subscriptions. And my current subscribers, I definitely appreciate you guys hanging out with me and staying strong. Welcome new subscribers to the couch. I hope you have a good time hanging out with us crazy folks. And I got some news. So this Saturday, guess what, guys? Your girl here is going to be doing a collab with the Mr. Albert himself. Yeah, me. I can't believe it. I don't even know. I hope I don't embarrass the man. He's a professional. I feel like, I'm not saying I'm not a professional, but he. Yeah, I know. Y'all probably follow Albert. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to embarrass him by saying too many cuss words. They're like, oh, I'm gonna get Albert Vandenmar from Facebook because I said like 5 fuck bombs. I mean F bombs. See what I'm saying? So y'all used to me. Y'all used to my dialogue. I pray I add some. I don't know if I can add anything because he's the shit. So I'm just very humbled and appreciative that he offered that to do a collab with me. And I seen that he did a collab with Nikisha, so I'm gonna check that one out after I get off the video. I love my Nikisha. She be having some good ideas for the soaps, honey. So I'm gonna check that out when I get off. But I'm very humbled by that. And if you guys are not doing anything on Saturday, come check your girl out on Saturday. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna have a good time. I will give you guys more time as far as what time on Saturday, but it's this Saturday. But I'll give you guys more information when I get it. But I just wanted to give you that heads up. Anywho, let's talk about General Hospital because I didn't waste the 5 minutes talking about all this other stuff and I ain't even talked about what we came here to talk about. GH baby. And today's starts off at Kelly's, and of course, excuse me, it's closed for business. And I'm just gonna do my highlights while I talk about it. And Carly's walking through Kelly's, and she's going through memory lane. And I'm like, honey, I understand you wanting to be there to, because you want to be close to your mom, but you're kind of kicking yourself in the can too, because that's all you got. You could probably just smell her in the air, in the BOTs. But anyway, and she flashbacks to a memory of her and her mom together, and Bobby complimenting her on being a good mom. And that meant the world to Carly because to her, Bobby was the mom of all moms. And she always wanted her mom's approval, always, especially since she let her down so severely. But anyway, but like Bobby, she always forgives. There's a knock on the door, and it's Liz. Liz has stepped by to offer her condolences to Carly. Which is, okay, not shocking that Liz would come by to offer condolences, but the scene was beautiful. Okay? Rebecca, she killed it. Rebecca's been, I think, is it Rebecca? It's Rebecca. I don't want to flip through and, make sure, but I think it's Rebecca Hurst. Amazing. Amazing, amazing. And the history with Bobby, guys, that's another reason why it's been hard for me to do this video, because there was a lot of, I've watched classic GH. I remember when she came on to the show. I remember the incident she was talking about. But anyway, I'm jumping ahead. Let me get on here. But she lets Carly know she didn't come to intrude. She just wanted to check in and let her know that if you need anything at all, I'm here. I loved your mom. Kelly's has always been a place of comfort for me. When I feel lost, this is the place that I always find myself coming to. And I wanted to be close to where Bobby was. And Carly ices down. And she's like, come in, please. Come in. Thank you. And come in. You want some coffee? We can have coffee. I'll make you a BLT. I'm like, Carly, nobody wants to eat your food. Stop it. We got pastries. And Liz is like, I'm good. I'm good. You've been through enough. You need to relax. You need to chill. I'm here to see about you, to see how you're doing. Girl, I was like, okay, Liz. They come and go like ships, passing ships, but it was cool to see them two, having this moment. And she said, and she even says it, I know we ain't never been closer. They haven't at all. And it's always been easier that way. I said, yeah, because, kept the petty going. But if you need me, I'm here. If you need someone to talk to, if I'm here, or you need me to cry, I'm here. And I was like, well, damn, go ahead on. Okay, Liz. And Carly's like, well, I thank you, and I appreciate that. I really, really do. And Carly's like, you know what? I need a pastry. I need something to eat. I need a pastry. And I'm like, yeah, before she says something stupid. And before y'all come at me, I'm a Carly babes. I love me some Carly. Love me some Carly. But I also know what Carly is capable of. And I'm okay with admitting that. Moving along. When she goes back there, she realizes that the kitchen sink has not drained. And she starts complaining quite loudly. And to which Liz is like, well, what's going on? And she's like, the kitchen sink, it's not draining. And Liz goes back and she says, oh, you got a wrench? And she's like, Carly finds a wrench that's never been used. And Liz starts to bang on them pipes. And she says, it's actually not the kitchen sink, it's the pipes. And Carly's like, what the hell? I've been sitting here paying people to come. I've been doing all this to get this sink fixed. And all you need to do is bang on the pipes and chugga, chugga, chug. The water sure did go down. And Liz is like, yeah, this sink always drove Bobby crazy, which brought Carly back to that spot. Mama's gone again. And she was like, she starts to apologize, and she tears up for apologize. She apologizes for tearing up to Liz, and she's like, I just want to run. I just want things to be run smoothly here. I really want to make my mom proud. I don't want to let her down. And then that goes back to me. That goes back to that part when I was saying at the beginning how Carly has always had an insecurity when it came to her mom's love because of how she came in and wrecked her mom's life. She really did. She was shacking in with the man and everything. It's pretty horrible. And Bobby eventually forgave her. Like, there was growth there where it was believable of their relationship, unlike others. Anyway, and Liz lets her know you won't, and you couldn't, and you were everything to your mom, and you still are. I was like, go Liz, you know I don't like your ass, go girl. And Carly's like, thank you, you know, it's funny. I always thought about you working at General Hospital, but I really forgot about, you know, you working here at the restaurant all this time. And Liz is like, well, it was long ago, you know. I've known your mom for a long time, ever since I came to Port Charles. And I'm like, damn, I am old. Because I remember when Liz came to Port Charles. And Liz was like, she was there for me in my darkest moments. And we know, if you're a classic General Hospital person, you know what dark moment Liz was talking about. I was surprised that the soaps would do that, period, have that scene, especially after the Luke and Laura fiasco. Y'all don't know what I'm talking about, check your history in General Hospital. But Liz had suffered a brutal sexual attack. I don't know if YouTube will ban me for saying that, so I apologize if my YouTube video gets pulled. I don't know, but she suffered a brutal attack, and Bobby was there for her. There for her. It was, man, it was crazy. And Liz says she was not sure if she would have been able to get through it if it hadn't been for Bobby, and she knew that Bobby knew what to say, what to do. And that Liz really needed her compassion and gentleness at that time, which is very, very true. Every woman needs that. Every person that suffered that needs that. I felt safe with her, and I just wanted to be here. And she's like, if I ever felt like my life was falling apart, I knew I could always count on Bobby. And I wanted to feel that security again. I'm like, damn, man, y'all killing at the heartstrings right now, man. And then Carly's like, well, you know, maybe that's why my mom was a nurse, because she was really good at caring for people. And then Liz is like, yeah, she encouraged me. She showed me how to be a nurse, how to pay it forward. Whew. And Carly thanked her again. And Carly is like, your mom made, she thanks, Carly thanks her again, and she like, you know, your mom may be gone, Carly, but she left an incredible legacy, and that's how she's gonna live, not through the hearts of just her family, but everyone that shows compassion to the world. Carly thanks Liz for talking to her about her mom. It's what she really needed. And she thanked her for being a friend. And I was like, oh my God. Guys, how long will this last? I'm okay with it lasting for a while. I know Jason's coming back, so we'll see. We will see. You know how Carly and Liz get, man. But anyway, but their beef is so tired, and so, I mean, Liz can be, kind of a victim, but still. And she said, thank you for being my friend, for staying Well, probably this is what I added. Carly thanks Liz for talking to her about her mom. It's what she needed. It's what Carly says. What I needed, and thank you for staying. And then I added, they'll probably hate each other next month, but this was great because they will. They'll probably hate each other next month, but this was really great. And then Carly adds, it's what my mom would have done. And then they hug it out, and I'm like, okay, woman power. I like it. I like it. And Carly flashbacks again to when they lost Luke. And Bobby tells her she's a little wobbly, but just like when they lost Aunt Ruby, they'll get through this because they have each other. And I'm like, I remember when we lost Aunt Ruby. Oh, General Hospital. Man, guys. Moving along. And then Carly's walking through after that, and she's closing up Kelly's. And she's like, Mom, how am I going to do this alone? And she walks out the door, and she walks, and there's someone coming up. And we're going to wrap around to that some when we talk about it when it's their turn. We're going to move along over to deception. And guys, I'm tired of Cody. I'm tired of Cody and this whole entire thing with Mac and the blood test and all this other stuff. I'm so tired. Mac don't deserve this foolishness. And now Cody done made it worse. He done made it worse. He done got Sasha caught up in his mess right along with him. And that just made me even, I'm like, Sasha, I know he saved your life, girl, but damn, you don't have to go and burn in flames with this bum. He a bum. I'm sorry. Thank you, Cody, for saving Sasha's butt, but you're a bum. The actor. I mean, not the actor. The character, not the actor. The actor is doing a great job of being a bum. So Felicia admits that she crossed the line, and Maxie agrees. And when it comes to about, the DNA test and all that. And Cody's like, well, how did you do this? Because he's all nervous. Because he doesn't know yet that Sasha switched the hairs. And Felicia's like, well, you've been hanging out with my family, motherfucker. You've been like family, motherfucker. You be every time I turn around, you here with the kids, with Maxie, with Mac. You always here. Like, what do you want? If you're not family, why are you always here? We ain't did nothing special for you. And Cody's like, no, how did you do it? And Felicia tells him how she switched the hairs out and with everything like that. And I really feel like just then Cody was about to spill the beans. But Maxie was like, wrong, Mom. Violation, Mom. And I'm like, see what you're doing, Cody? See what your lie is doing? You know how mad Maxie's going to be when she finds out that you had her going after her mom about something that your punk's ass self couldn't just be honest about and just tell him you messed up. Damn. If you knew Maxie history, you would not be feeling shame about saying anything about nothing, because she drove Max crazy. Felicia deserved it because Felicia wasn't there, so she had the right to drive Felicia crazy. But Mac, I'm surprised Mac ain't went grave a long time ago. Damn, them girls, BJ and her. Anyhow, Cody was like, well, I guess deception runs in the family. I was like, yeah, fucker, you included. I can't stand him. Ugh. And Felicia's like, well, I ain't apologizing for shit. Because, I love my husband. And there's nothing I won't do for my family. You included. Including proving you're a bum ass, that you're my man's bum ass son. I wrote that in there. I can't stand him. Why are you playing with my Mac attack? And Cody's like, I get it. But, Mac's not the only person involved. And that's when Sasha walks in. And Maxie tells her, oh, I'm sorry, we having family business. You got to scoot. And Cody's like, oh, no, she can stay. Me and her actually already talked about, Felicia and this whole entire DNA testing and everything like that. And Sasha's like, yeah, so now, oh, so that y'all talking about that. And Maxie's like, oh, So you talked to her about this too, Cody? And Cody's like, oh well, and then Sasha jumps in again. Well, I kind of brought it up and woo 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 wah wah wah. And then it turns it around, and Sasha's like, so now you know that Cody is not Mac's son, right? And Felicia's like, yeah, that's what the tests say. And guys, hold up, guys. I need y'all to come closer, and we need to talk. When did you see her switch out the hair? Because I seen Felicia cattail it over to that hairbrush, pick it up as soon as the woman started brushing his hair. Did y'all see? Was there a moment that we missed out on when did the soap fairies come and blink the screen, freeze the screen so we don't see Sasha move like hellfire to switch their hairs out with her own hair? Because that's what she told Cody. She switched it out with her own hair, which would have been hilarious if she would have turned out to be Max's kid. Hilarious. Now y'all kissing brother and sister. But y'all let me know in the comments, because I call horse shit bullshit. There was no way. We seen her, Felicia was watching him like a hawk. She watched her comb his hair, and then she pranced over there and took that hair right after he was done. There was no way Sasha could have did that. GH, that was sloppy, sloppy, sloppy. Y'all let me know. Maybe y'all seen something that I didn't see. Let's talk about it. But moving along, where was I at? Breaks him up. Then Sasha, of course, backs him up. Okay, Felicia's like, yep, Cody is not Mac's son. But that don't stop her from suspecting his ass or something, because now if you're not Mac's son, Felicia's not done. You might have thrown her off the case, but now she's wondering if you is dirty like Robert thinks you are. Because why else are you? Wait, what is this? Is weird, and it is weird. Let me see, where was I at? But that don't mean she don't suspect his is like, oh, it's okay. I don't know what I put on there. Whatever. Maxie is saying, of course, he ain't Mac's son. From the last DNA test that she don't know. And that's made me mad, because now he's lying to everybody. And he just sitting there looking stupid while this is all happening. So Felicia apologizes and tells him why she said something. So Felicia apologizes, and she tells him why she said something, and it's because it was the right thing to do when he asked her, why did you say something? And it's important. You're important to my family, so that means you're important to me. And Cody, we can't have secrets between each other. So I feel like Felicia don't trust something. He's still after her. She's not letting this go. But and Cody's like, well, we're good. I appreciate it. And I'm like, man, fuck you, man. Man, fuck you, dude. You don't deserve none of these good people. Bum. I'm with Robert. Send the bum on somewhere. So Maxie and Felicia head off. Maxie's like, you know what? We need to leave. I'm gonna take the day off. We gonna go, Mom. Let's go. And they head off. And then Cody's like, well, what happened? And that's when Sasha tells him about the hair swap and about how she was watching Felicia the whole entire time. And I'm like, that's such bullshit. Yeah, she was watching her, but there was no way she could have got to that brush before Felicia did. And Cody's like, well, damn, I almost said something, but I'm not happy now that you are part of this crap. I don't want you to be part of this crap. I don't want you to, get in trouble with me. She's like, it's all good for everything you've done for me. It's all good. I told you I was going to have you back, and I will. So I guess they're crime partners. Lame-o. Moving along, we're going to go over to Bobby. I forgot to write on them, but I'm just going to give the gist. Felicia and Maxie end up at BJ's headstone. And that was very emotional for me, them, anybody else watching that remembers the BJ story. Um, BJ is Tony's daughter and Bobby's adopted daughter. Bobby, that was her baby, basically. And BJ got into a horrible bus accident, and Maxie got her heart. And yeah, it's just, so they comfort each other. They cried at the tombstone. They cried for missing BJ. They cried for missing Bobby. I cried. I lose my voice. Getting a little emotional. I'm going to move past that, but yeah, it was a beautiful moment. It was a really beautiful moment, guys. I mean, GH is doing some real good, tender moments. And then we're going to go over to Lucy and Scotty. And Lucy, Lucy's looking for Bobby's favorite flowers, and they're not in season, and she's freaking out, and she wants her Bobby's viewing to be epic and beautiful and to honor her life, and she's worried about the flowers and them not being in season. And Scotty's reassuring her, even though he doesn't do shrubbery, he's reassuring her that everything is going to be okay and that she's going to figure it out because she can do all things. And he also admires Lucy for everything she's doing, despite the fact that her and Bobby were not friendly. And I'm like, not friendly at all. Not recently friendly, especially, do you remember the nurses' ball? Lucy blew up Valentine and Anna's cover just so she can run to the nursing ball because she didn't want Bobby touching it. I wanted to run Lucy over there, and she was pissing me off. But anyway, let me stay on track. And Lucy agrees, like, no, we definitely had our issues. And Scott brings up what happened regarding the nurses' ball, what we just talked about. And Lucy's like, yeah, we fought a lot, but deep down I always felt like we had a mutual respect for each other. And she's like, and now I'm never, and I know I've messed up big time with her, and I'm never now going to ever be able to make things right. And she has. And she says, and I regret that. And Scott agrees because he's messed up too. We fought a lot, Lucy continues, but okay, I'm going backwards. And what she's talking about, she talks about the horrible bet she made with Damian Smith that hurt both Bobby and Tony. And what she's talking about is that that Damian made a bet that he could seduce Bobby with Lucy. Damian made a bet with Lucy that he could seduce Bobby. At that time, Bobby was married to Tony. Guys, it was horrible. Okay? Just horrible. And Bobby ends up kissing him, and Tony ends up leaving her, and it's just a lot of the craziness to add on to that. And she's like, and I deserved. I had no respect for their marriage. I hurt Tony, and I deserved everything, and all the backlash, all the hatred. I deserved it all. And Scott was like, yeah, we were something else, because Scott was on some BS too. And she said, you know what? Not to be a hater of the dead, but Bobby was no saint either. And I'm like, yes, Lucy, that's being a hater. That is the definition of hater. When you first started off with, I'm not trying to hate, well, then that means you actually are hating. Oh my gosh. Ugh. But she redeems herself. But she's talking about Bobby not being a saint. Bobby wasn't no saint. But like Scott says, Bobby was okay with admitting to that. She was okay with that. She would admit to it and step up into her own shit and say, yes, it was me and I apologize, or I don't apologize, or whatever. Because Bobby can hold a grudge too. Scott knows. And he says, Scotty's like, yeah, Bobby wouldn't deny none of that. Scotty brings up Bobby. Scotty brings up when Bobby brought Luke in town. And Scotty was mad at Bobby for bringing Luke in town because Luke basically stole Laura from Scotty. Just ruined Scotty's plans. Luke just ruined all of Scotty's plans. And then we go back to Lucy, and she's like, well, I live my life in a morally gray area. We know, Sue. We know, Lucy. We know. I'm mad. Bobby wasn't perfect. Oh, and she said, but I was mad because Bobby wasn't perfect, but people forgave her. And I was like, is this what they're trying to do? A story correlation with the Lucy and Bobby, with the Nina and Carly, where it's not the not the same exact storylines, but these two women had a kind of a crazy upbringing, kind of a crazy history, and so does Carly and Nina. And Nina kind of hates that Carly never. Nina always says Carly never pays for what she does, and that's the same thing that Lucy said about Bobby. She never pays for anything she does, and everybody just loves and respects her. And that's why Nina's turned Carly into the SEC. You got my daughter. You got everybody just love and respect you. Da da da. I really felt like Nina jealous of Carly. There's some jealousy there. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that little story correlation. But I was like, wait a second. I've heard these lines before recently. Anywho, she said she rose above it, and they looked up to her. It's not fair. Why her and not me? 'Cause you keep making the same mistakes, Lucy. That's why. See, Bobby did her shit, and she learned from it. But you keep making the same goofy ass mistakes like you're doing now with this whole entire Scotty and Tracy thing. I'm just so tired over this shit. And she's like, but and then Lucy admits, oh, and then Scott says, maybe if you were a nurse, you would have been forgiven. Scotty's an asshole. And then Lucy's like, I was jealous of Bobby. I resented her. She was able to break out from her past, redeem her reputation. People looked up to her for that. That's why she always got under my skin. Bobby had everything that I wanted. Respect, admiration. You know, maybe we weren't that different. Maybe it was just me being a petty, jealous bitch. Maybe we could have been friends. You think? You think? Scotty agrees with Lucy, but tells her that, Bobby could hold a grudge, but she was also very forgiving. And Scotty adds that she forgave him a million countless times, and she didn't deserve the hurt that he had caused her. No, she didn't, Scotty. And Lucy's like, I feel the same way. They share a moment when he hands her the handkerchief, and she's like, whatever. And Lucy has to grab it. Lucy remembers that she has to go grab the forget-me-nots, and she's starting to freak out about the viewing again because she wants it to be perfect. And she reminds Scotty that she wants him to keep his thing on after this thing after they're done with this, that she wants him to get back focused on after going after Tracy, which I don't see that that Scotty wants to do by his facial expression and all of this. I don't think that he's too keen on going after Tracy anymore. But let's go on over and talk about Tracy right now, since we're on Tracy's radar. Brooke and Tracy are having a meeting about talking deception talk, while Tracy keeps looking over distracted over at an empty table. And Brooke brings up about how hard it's been losing Bobby right after losing Luke. And Tracy says it's just more proof that life can change in the blink of an eye. And, Brooklyn's like, well, you know what? We can do this later, Grandma. We can do this later. You seem distracted. You ain't trying to hear nothing I gotta say. I could be sitting there kissing on my boyfriend. And Tracy's like, no need. And then she looks over to see Martin walking in. And she's like, oh, well, he's supposed to be here with Lucy. So Brooklyn's like, why would you invite Lucy and Martin to our business lunch? And Tracy approaches gets up and just says that she'll be back, and she's, oh, you're gonna invite and Brooklyn, who don't know nothing that's going on, thinks that it's like, are you inviting Martin over? And Tracy says, I'll be right back, and she approaches Martin and asks, where's his worst half? And Martin's like, say what? And Lucy's like, Lucy brings up the assistant told her that Lucy was having lunch with Martin, but you're by yourself, so where's Lucy? And Martin's like, you are aware that Bobby passed, right? And she's like, yes, I am. She was my sister. And Tracy's like, yes, I am. She was my sister-in-law. But Bobby and Lucy didn't like each other. They were not at all. They didn't. And then he's like, well, because Martin said, well, you can comprehend why Lucy wouldn't be trying to have any lunch dates right now. And then that's when Tracy brings up that they didn't even like each other. And then Martin's like, this is true, but it still was hard for her. It's none of your business, but she's with Scotty and they're having lunch right now, planning on something special for Bobby's memorial service. And Tracy laughs and she's like, nothing good will come out of that. And Marty's like, I know you, look, Tracy, I know you don't like Tracy. Look, Tracy, I know you don't like Lucy, but you ain't got to throw shade on her every time you mention her name, especially not to me. That's my woman. You want to disparage on the woman that I love's good name. And don't wait. And then Tracy is just out for kill. Don't waste your time on Lucy. She's being comforted by Scott. I mean, just because you two, and that's when he says, don't, just because you two don't get along, you ain't got to disparage on my baby girl's good name. And he says, and shouldn't you be grieving anyway? Are you over here hating, Tracy? Shouldn't you be grieving? And Tracy, being the spider that she is, spins her little web and basically puts it in Martin's head that Tracy and that Lucy and Bobby never ever liked each other, and if she knew what Lucy did to Bobby, he would run for the hills. And she brings up how Scotty has stuck by her, warts and all. As long as she can remember, no matter what disrespectful, disgusting thing Lucy said, Scott was by her side. I was like, oh my God. So after you do this to Ned and Olivia, now you're going to do it to Martin and Lucy? Yes, Black Widow, you. Tracy is a spider. She over here just casting all kind of webs. And she said, you want to be collateral damage? Don't say I didn't warn you. And she gets up and walks off, and I'm like, well, there she goes. She wove her little web. And we're going to go over to Carly's place, and Willow steps in to see the family and Carly before heading to work. And Mike's looking like a simp in the background while she's talking to Josh. Oh, I can't stand Michael's stupid self. They discuss the hurt and loss and unexpectedness of losing Bobby, Grandma. And Simp's like, well, thankfully we have each other to lean on. He's talking about, Willow, of course, because he don't care about leaning on anybody else. And Willow's like, I'm comfortable. Yes. Yes, we do. And she's like, well, is Carly here? I just want to give her my condolences. And Michael's like, no, she's at Kelly's. She needed some time alone. And we're all, just pretty much still shook up. And she's like, of course she is. My heart breaks for her. Because Willow does love her some Carly. Joss goes to check on... Joss says, okay, well, I'm going to go check on the girls. And Michael, of course, I'm so glad to see you. You didn't call me. Well, I'm glad you're here now. What are you going to call you and say? He should have called you and let you know what's going on. But anyway. And she says, I'm sorry. I loved her too, and they actually embrace. Guys, before y'all get all like, yeah, Willow's leaving Michael. She ain't leaving Michael. This is just temporary. And this right here is telling. They catch up about the kids. They will tell Wally together about great grandma being gone. Willow, he says, I hate. Michael tells Willow that he hates this and that he needs her and that he misses her and that he's tossing and turning and he just can't live without her. You shouldn't have lied, then, fucker. And he's, I messed up bad and I will do whatever, I mean whatever I can to get you back. And she's like, I wish it was that simple, but I see with new eyes now how our marriage really is. And you hurt me, Michael. And I want Willow to not cave in and be some flower. I want her to stand her guard. I want her to be strong. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, I didn't want that. This was not what I was trying to do. I was trying to protect you. I was not trying to hurt you. No, you were trying to control and be manipulative, but okay. I understand, and this is what got me when she said this. I understand why you did what you did. I don't like the lying bit. Even if it was a lie of omission. I said, there, she's going to take him back. That right there was my cue that, yeah, she's going to take him back. It's going to be some time, but Willow going to take her man back. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I know you are. And she's like, I know you are. And this is the worst. She's like, I'm just so sorry. I am just so sorry. And she's like, I know you are. And this is the worst time thing that this can happen with, everything going on with Bobby passing. And so I am going to be here to support and be here for the family. But, and Michael's like, you need some time. I said, I need some. She's like, yeah, I need some time. I need some time to get my thoughts together. But they're going to get back together. It's going to be okay. Now, Carly going to be going off on him when she finds out. But she going to forgive him. Just like Joss did when she found out. Because, Willow heads back to work, but lets Michael know that she's bringing the kids back. But Joss walks in. He's like, well, how much did you hear? She said, enough to know you messed up pretty bad. What did you do? And he tells her what happened about the whole entire blackmailing and everything. And she was like, you did all this at the expense of her mom? He was like, well, I didn't want to hurt Dad and I didn't want to hurt Willow. He says, at the expense of our mom? And he's like, that's easy for you to say, Josh, because you're not in the position that I'm in right now. And I'm like, yeah. And then she she keeps going on. He says, well, it ain't like you. So have you ever lied for somebody that you loved to protect them? And I'm like, oh, yeah, she has. She's actually doing it right now for Dex. Moving along, we're at the PCPD, and Sonny is in handcuffs still, girl, with his little pink knuckles. And Dante walks in, and he's like, you know I don't talk to no cops unless it works out for him. And he's like, don't worry about that. And he's taking off his dad's handcuffs. He said, so this is off the record then. He said, this isn't about Cyrus. It's about Bobby. She's passed. And Sonny's like, oh, he didn't know. I thought he knew, but nobody's told him. He says, thanks for telling me about Bobby. And he's like, well, Dante's like, well, that's all you got to say? You've known Bobby for decades. That's it? And he was like, well, I ain't got nothing else to say until my attorney gets here. He's like, come on, man. Sonny, Bobby meant everything to you. Y'all have known each other for decades. This has gotta hurt. And he's like, I wasn't expecting it. And he's like, yeah, well, Doctor's like, well, yeah, when I heard it, I did not want you to know. But with everything going on with Nina, I just was like, and I guess everybody's like, what, you know. And he was like, and Dante's like, look, I'm here for you, okay? Really? And Sonny's like, really? He's like, yeah, really. He's like, well, why you have me arrested? What, Sonny? He had to do his job, but I guess he had to say it. It was cute. I love the dialogue. It was cute. He's like, well, why'd you have me arrested? He said, because you beat up somebody, man. What did you expect me to do? You beat up somebody. Put him in a hospital. He said, sometimes I'm a cop, but I am your son 24/7. And Dad, I am worried about you. He says, I'm going to be okay. He says, no, you're not. You just don't go around beating up people unprovoked. Even if it is Cyrus, it's not like you. And he says, I don't know. Maybe you've hit your breaking point with all these things that's going on with the new current situation. And Sonny's like, no, I'm fine. I'm not. He's like, no, you're not. He says, but, so, hold on. Be somebody up for no reason for Cyrus. And Sonny says, look, I appreciate you, but you can't separate being a cop from being my son. And I don't expect you to. So Sonny appreciates Dante caring about him, but he can't really talk to him about it because he don't know what, he don't want to get his son in trouble, which is good. Because Dante is going to end up getting in trouble if he keeps this up. So Diane walks in. Killer Miller is on the scene, honey. So that means that Sonny is getting out. Second-degree assault. Self-defense? Nope. He didn't do anything. He never raised a hand to me. I'm like, oh my gosh. So Killer Miller makes some phone calls. Cyrus is going to be okay. And that's a good thing for you, Sonny. So Sonny asks, so he's going to make a full recovery? And she's like, yep, looks like it. And the Diane spins of, the fact that Cyrus's history of violence and his recent incarceration, he should be able to get out on bail. And I was like, shocking. Real shocking. Sonny don't ever go to jail for nothing. And he's like, thank you. And she's like, well, you pay me because I'm the best. And then she says, then she leaves to start the paperwork, then turns back around and says, but what's up with the next steps regarding Nina? And Sonny breathes in. Do you want me to start the divorce proceedings now? And I'm like, okay, guys. I know everybody's like, Sonny, da. This is not the same Sonny. The only reason why Diane's asking this is because old school Sonny would have dropped Nina like a bad habit through the ring in the ocean and walked past it. He wouldn't even be, I thought twice. But this is not old Sonny. This is Smike. This is Nixon Falls Sonny. So he's not going to just throw his marriage away just like that. He's a new man. He thinks stuff over before he acts. You know what I'm saying? And he tells Diane basically he ain't got time to worry about Nina. She is not a priority. Carly just lost her mother. His kids are hurting. They just lost their grandmother. His family needs him. He just wants to get out. And Nina's like, okay. I mean, Diane's like, okay, I hear you, but we need to wrap this Nina situation up as soon as possible. And Sonny's like, I hear you. Okay. So she goes out, walks back in. Of course, he's going to get bond. Let me see where you can beat up convicted felons on GH. Oh, yeah. So Killer Miller gets him out. I guess you can beat up convicted felons on GH. And she doesn't know, deal with what you need to deal with and call me so we can circle back to our previous convo. Next steps. Yes. Okay. So, say, I just want to know. So, Sonny tells Dante, I just want to know that I heard you and I appreciate you. And Dante understands. And Dante tells him, I understand why you can't tell me everything, Dad. You know what I'm saying? But I hope you know that I love you and I'm here for you. And he says, I love you too. And I'm right down the stair. Dante does, I know right down the hall. I'm right down the hall if you need me. And he walks off and he heads to where? Kelly. So when Carly opens the door, Sonny's at the door. Interesting conversation. We'll see. Guys, this has been way too long. I know and I apologize. But it was just so much to talk about. Thank you guys for hanging out with me this long. I hope you have an amazing night. Talk to you tomorrow.